perfect 22-0 record on the season and was the 2008 EWL champion. Next to him, we have Nick Marable from Missouri. He was the 2008 Big 12 champion at 165 pounds, and he owns a 22-3 record entering the tournament. To his left, we have Brent Metcalf of Iowa. He's the nation's top-ranked wrestler at 149 pounds with a 30-1 record. He was also named the 2008 Big 10 Wrestler of the Year. And next to him, we have Jason Ness of Minnesota. He's the nation's top-ranked wrestler at 125 pounds and owns a 35-1 record on the season. So at this point, if we'd like to open up the floor to any questions, if you could address it to each individual, that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks.
Brent, what's your focus on right now? I mean, obviously, you're going to focus on winning a national title, but do you think about the team race at all?
Absolutely. In a competition atmosphere like this, there's definitely, the team race is obviously the overall picture, but really, you need to have the individual success to have that team success. So, me as an individual, the most I can do is win that national title. So I got to worry about myself, and the rest of my teammates do the exact same thing, and it should work out the way that we want it to.
How are you feeling right now going into your first NCAA tournament?
Feel good, confident, and just one more competition. Go out and perform, and put it to the rest of the country. So.
Jason, what do you guys have to do to win another championship like you did last year?
The way that they can wrestle, come out and just do everything they can to go out and win every single match that they can, just get as many points. Just got to take a whole team effort, everyone wrestling their best.
I think there's a lot of people thinking, some of your guys are banged up, they may not be effective. What do you say about something like that?
I think they'll do their best. I think they'll still be able to compete the best of their abilities.
Keith, you've been ranked #1 in the country start to finish after finishing second last year. Do you think there's a little added pressure on you this year, coming in undefeated? You're no longer an unknown entity, and you're picking up that national title after finishing second last year?
No, I don't think there's any more pressure. I try not to focus on those things. I just try to go out and have some fun.
How much fun has the season been? Being ranked #1.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more fun to win than to lose, so I've been having a lot of fun.
Question for Brent. You waited a long time for this opportunity, had to sit last year. I mean, how eager and excited are you just to finally get this opportunity?
Obviously I'm extremely excited. Sitting down 2 years and having to watch it all go on and not be able to perform, it wasn't any fun. But time's here now, and it's my opportunity to go and prove myself and prove why I did what I did, really. So I'm excited, and I guess it's just ready to go.
Is there a concern of inexperience at this type of tournament? I mean, I know you've wrestled at big tournaments before, but is there any thought about that at all, or?
Absolutely not. Every time you step out on the mat, you're competing, and is it different? Is it going to be a different experience? Yes, but at the same time, it's you versus another man. It's the same thing. Either way you look at it, that's how I approach it, and it just happens to be the national tournament. So if anything, that helps more.
Nick, since you guys are co-hosting this, do you consider this like a home meet, so to speak?
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot of fans here. It's going to help in our matches, like a lot of big matches. It comes down to a point or two, and then at the end of the period, if you just dead from wrestling a match and you get your fans just going, it just gets you going. So I think definitely it's going to help a lot of our guys wrestle in the tournament.
Nick, how much of your experience last year, filling in, different weights, had prepared you for this season, first full season starting lineup, and prepared you for this moment wrestling the Nationals?
I'd say it prepared me a lot. I wrestled a lot of tough kids last year, both weight classes, and I'd say I performed better at 165, and that's probably why I'm wrestling 165 right now. And I think one of the biggest things that prepared me is just wrestling with Pell and Ben last year. Practice all the time. That was probably the toughest thing I ever had to do, was wrestle them two.
for Brent. Is being ranked number 1 as a team, is that enough to make you guys the team to beat here this week?
I mean, yeah, obviously ranked number 1. You are the team to beat. But really, nothing's been proven yet, and we know that, and really the rest of these guys on this table know that too. We've got to go out and perform. It doesn't matter, what that number in front of your team's name is before the tournament. It is where you finish after. So, are we the team to beat? Probably, but at the same time, we're aware of that, and we're aware that we need to perform and continue to do what we've been doing all year. And then just another notch on top of that. So.
Any more questions for our student athletes?
Yeah, Keith, you're the only guy up here on the panel that's not in the Big 10 or Big 12. Coming from a school like Pittsburgh and the EWL, you also got the EIWAs and some of the other programs that don't get as much play. How important is it for you at Pittsburgh or your school entirely for you to win a national title?
It'd be huge for my school. Last one to do it was Pat Santoro, I think in '89. I don't know. But it'd be big, and we don't get a lot of attention because we, like you said, we aren't in the big conferences. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice for Pittsburgh and the EWL.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I've got one for both Brent and Jason, since both guys are probably be in the team race. Wrestlers are always focused on winning, and that's the ultimate is to win, be on the top stand. But 300 some guys are going to have to wrestle a match here after a loss. At the Big Tens, that's how you won the title, by coming back on the backside. What is the mentality to be able to keep coming after that and winning a title in that fashion after suffering the disappointment of a loss?
Well, it's just a never die attitude. Anytime you lose, you got to come back strong. We won the national title one year without having any champions. That's because of the way they wrestled the wrestlebacks. They came back strong. They came back hungry and ready to win. And so here, every single match is going to count. Every single point is going to count, and we know that. We know that it come down to winning by maybe a half point. And so anything you can do to score bonus points or get another point for winning the match is going to be important. And so anytime you lose, you got to know that third place is still there. You can still get big points for your team.
Really, third place would be a disappointment for a lot of guys on my team, probably. Your expectation going into the tournament is to win, and having you talked about the Big Tens, for instance, having those losses in the semis. A lot of those were upsets. The way I look at it, huge upsets, and to have anything less than obviously your expectation is to win the tournament, and having anything less than that, is really disappointing to yourself. So really coming back and place a third, really it's on you. It's on you as a competitor to go out there and perform, and really, you're just doing your job then.
This question is for Jason. What's this year been like for you guys as a team, and what's your psyche like now versus what it was like going into Detroit last year?
It's been a real up and down year. We've had a lot of good moments, some bad moments, but we just kept fighting the whole time, and we're just going to keep plugging away. And I think we showed what we're capable of Big Tens, and I think coming into this weekend we can show that we can go up another level. And so it's just a little different attitude, because now instead of being the top dog, we're underdogs. And I think we're just going to have a lot more fight to come in it if we're going to have a chance to win.